Hey, I'm Ashley with Fog Sauce, and today I'm here with Rodney from Five Ponds. We're going to be learning a little bit about Five Ponds business and about this new mixology line we've got coming out. So the first thing I want to ask you, Five Ponds, like, very established, but how did it start?
Oddly enough, I was never a smoker. I was a cigar smoker, not a cigarette smoker, and I was introduced to electronic cigarettes by a gentleman in China who contacted me to help him with branding of a disposable e-cig that he was looking to bring to market in the United States. Flew over from China, started working on packaging with him, and used the product and saw the tremendous benefit of what this was actually doing. It was helping people to get off of cigarettes. And as I started using them, I started to be concerned with what was actually in them because they were coming from China. So I started getting into some DIY and creating liquid that I knew what I was putting into it.
Absolutely.
And using
Safety.
safe ingredients and making sure that, and doing that, also creating complexities, because all the liquid that was, you know, in the disposables back then, and even the stuff that was coming in the squeeze bottles, was all very one-dimensional. And my palate likes things that have dimension in different layers, and that was just a niche that I saw that there's probably a lot of people like me that would want to have multi-dimensional liquids and taste things that were
I personally agree.
more sophisticated. So that's how it started.
I definitely personally agree with that. You've got extremely complex flavors. There's a lot of stuff hidden, like your original five. There's a lot of stuff, like notes hidden, that you find at different heats, different devices, different coils. I mean, it never tastes the same on a different device, never. And it's amazing because every time I try it on something different or in a different tank, it's a totally different juice.
It definitely can be experienced in different ways, but we try to do our best to, you know, every bottle needs to be absolutely consistent when it comes out of our production lab.
That is something that I have noticed.
But heat definitely changes it.
It does.
And dripping, obviously, I think is the best way to enjoy our liquid because of the complexities. You get the same thing through a K-Fun tank or an Ithaca tank or Aqua or some of the other devices that are out there.
Right, now you started with your original five. You've got Absolute, Bowden's, Queenside, Gambit, and Grandmaster.
That was pretty good.
Now, where did you come up with the basis for those five flavors?
Well, I mean, Five Ponds originally started, the idea was there are five traditional tastes that are known to man. There's sweet, sour, bitter, salty, and what's called umami, which is also savory. And the five flavors that we set out to create in the beginning were a flavor that satisfied each one of those five tastes. And that's where we started, and we've now just introduced the Mixology line, which is another, we released in fives, oddly enough, again. Five Ponds will probably never be a company that has 20 or 30 flavors.
That's okay though. Personally, I think that's okay because you make sure you perfect what you have out there. I mean, Reserve is my personal all-day vape, and so is that what inspired the Mixology line initially?
Yeah, I mean, we as a company, we don't like to try to do what's safe. We like to push the envelope a little bit and create experiences per se with every one of our liquids. Mixology definitely does that. The Mixology line was actually inspired by Castle Long Reserve, the Kentucky bourbon note, even though we use no actual alcohol in any of our flavors. The note of Kentucky bourbon was an interesting one that led to, let's use other, whether it be champagnes or liqueurs or other exotic ingredients that mix well with different alcohol notes to create kind of exotic different flavors. And what we've done in 5 different flavors, there's 5 different experiences there. We've used some herbs, something called the white horehound, which creates an effervescent, tingly feel that is reminiscent kind of a mint or a menthol, although it uses neither of those.
That was the one that had the really, really cooling after effects.
And
yes.
we put that together with lime and with some sweet cream and a grapefruit liqueur that really creates a different, unique experience.
Like, having been lucky enough to try the Mixology line pre-release, I mean, just your range of flavors, because your original ones, they're, like you said, they covered all the notes, and then you did it again, but in a totally different way. Like, none of your juices are even remotely similar. Like, they're all similar, but at the same time, they're totally different. Like, each one hits, like, the full spectrum. They're great vapes.
I mean, we try to do, and I don't want to say a few things, because hopefully we have more than a few good flavors now, but we try to do maybe less things, but do less things well. And, you know, both of these, the Signature Series and the Mixology Edition, Signature Series was probably 5 months in development, and Mixology has been in development even longer. It's probably been closer to 6 months, making sure that we created those different unique experiences and that we got it right. I mean, we're tweaking half a percentage here and there to make sure that things become very well balanced and that certain ingredients both accent and can offset other ingredients in the blend.
In all of your liquids that I've tried, nothing overpowers anything else. Like, you really do have a really good balance across all the juices. And it's just, it's incredible. I've tried a lot of different juices, and like you said, consistency is key, especially in a field like this. I know that if I get a bottle of Gambit today and I get a bottle of Gambit in 6 months, it's gonna taste the same. Like, it's very consistent, and I think personally that's one of my favorite things, because I know regardless of where I get it, when I get it, it's gonna taste the same. It's gonna be the same bottle of Gambit or the same bottle of Grandmaster, and I'm really, really looking forward to the Mixology going live. Now, when is that happening?
Well, we just this past week shipped the presentation flights, which were 5 30 ml bottles, to all of our retail partners nationwide, and now just this week worldwide. They will have a chance then with those flights to be able to taste their customers. The pre-orders have been coming in rapidly over the last 2 weeks, and we will be shipping, I think, on March 3rd, the first delivery. We've broken the country up into 6 different quadrants to make sure that when we do release it, West Coast isn't heavy and it's evenly distributed across the United States. So on the 3rd, I think our first 60 to 75 shipments will go out, and then we'll follow up with each week. I would say at the most it's going to be 3 weeks before the entire country receives their orders.
Okay.
But it'll be available in stores as soon as March 4th, probably, depending on where the retailer's located.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. So, I mean, can we look for more awesome things from you guys in the future?
We have something else that is in the works today that I think is going to be very special. I think as special as Castle Long Reserve. It's something that I'm not really ready to talk about yet, but it's going to be pretty mind-blowing.
It's there and it's in the works. That's awesome.
It's different, and it's something that I hope continues to push the envelope and creates yet another unique experience for our customers out there.
That's awesome. Well, like, I can speak for myself, and I'm pretty sure majority of the people that I work with, if not a lot of the people out there that have tried your liquid, you guys are doing a great job, and please continue.
Thank you.
Oh, Lynn's cat. Katie.
There's nothing fun.
Hi. It's recording.
Oh.
I love you. Hey, I'm Ashley with Fog Sauce. Today I'm here with Rodney from 5 Blondes. We're going to do a couple of questions, learning a little bit about not just your business, but about this new mixology line.
First of all, this is way too sophisticated for me.
I think so too.
I just